Hey, what's up, YouTube? Want to do a video here on this spyderco I recently acquired. That's not really seen too much in the spyderco world or whatnot, because this knife wasn't intended for sale here in the U.S., which we'll get to that here in a second. So this knife is unfortunately not super easy to find. You can find it if you look around. That's what I did. But I wish it was a lot more available. And I got another not issue, but I guess it's an issue about why this knife isn't made here in the U.S. or why it can't be made in the U.S. So we'll touch on that here in a second. Let's go through some quick specs. Let's pull this knife out and then we'll do the specs. How about that? So, traditional spyderco box. And there it is, C191GP. Janisong folder. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Okay. So I already opened this. I'm just showing you how it comes in the box. So it comes in this kind of thick plastic, like a 2 or 3 ply plastic bag. We'll get to this in a second. Like I said, I already opened it. Okay, let's look at this quick. So you could pause and read. So anyway, what I don't understand is, I know spyderco got sued for, making bally songs, or I don't really know exactly what the whole thing behind that was. The confusion for me is, you got Benchmade here in the US and they make bally songs like crazy. So I don't understand why spyderco doesn't make any more of their other models. They had the Sasbo Fly or Zabo Fly. I'm sorry, Zabo Fly. They had the Super or Spider Fly Balisong. So they had a couple models, a little mini one, the mini Spider Fly or whatnot. So I don't understand why spyderco cannot make any bally songs. If somebody does know why, please put it in the comments below, because I really don't know. Like I said, you got other companies here in the US making bally songs. So I don't know why spyderco's not getting in that game anymore. But here is the guide information. Okay, and then it does say, let's see here. I think so it talks a little bit about the knife itself. And then right here is the restrictions. So it's manufactured in Taichung, Taiwan. And it is intended, like as you can see here, only for sales outside the US. So if there was a problem with your knife, you can't send it back to spyderco, because they'll probably confiscate it. They're not gonna, and you don't want to send it to Taiwan because they won't send it back to the US. So you're pretty much stuck with any issues. But I doubt you'll really have any issues with the knife, So anyway, there you go. That's what I think is kind of cool about the knife in a way, is that it's rare and that it's not, the sales aren't intended here for the US. So that makes it a collectible. A high collectible piece, and I think that it will, grow in value as the years go by, especially if they don't produce any more. So anyway, let's get through some quick specs here. We got a weight of 5.4 ounces. We got an overall length of 8.23 inches. We got a blade length of 3.27 inches. And we got a folded length, which is how you see it now, of 4.9 inches. And then a blade thickness of 0.12 for the blade thickness. Let's do some quick comparisons. Let's open this up. And I'll get into all these features quick too, so let's just open it up. There's it open. Let's do PM2. Okay, I'll get a different camera angle here so that we could check it out a little better. Let's do a Manix 2. And let's do those. So there's a size comparison there for you. All right. Let's see. So as you can see, the blade length, as far as cutting edge, you got more cutting edge than the PM2 on this particular model here. Not by much, but it is a little longer. So, let's see. This is G10. The scales are G10. Let's lock this. Scales are G10. Let's see. Get some detail in there. You got some oil. Here I put some KPL oil in there, some of this stuff. If you don't have any of this, you're going to want to grab some of this. This is some pretty good stuff. Knife pivot lube. So that's what you see seeping out here, because I did add some of this on there. Came a little dry. So this one is done by Michael Janich or Janik. Not sure how you exactly pronounce that, but this is his maker's mark there. So like a little MJ or whatnot. And then you got a blade steel of the famous CPM S30V Spyderco. There's the Taichung Taiwan. And you can see the beautiful machine grind on there. I love that machine grind they do. Full flat grind, of course. Most Spydercos are. And I'm not sure what this blade shape is, but it's, you know, it's kind of dips down a little bit here and then it kind of comes out. You got a 4-position pocket clip that you could put, 4-position, tip up, tip down, left or right side. Now let me close this fast. Now this is a safety, or I wouldn't say safety. This is a locking button, and it's ambidextrous. So, you know, you could activate it from either side, and it keeps the knife locked in position. Obviously, right? So let's see here. I just like to grab them both at the same time. And this is weird because when you activate it, like I said, there's I don't really know how this works, but when you pull this down, this one also switches down. That's really hard to do with one hand. It's stiff. But you've seen that one come down. So they're connected somehow, and I really don't know how. These are connected together somehow. It's super weird. Maybe one day I'll do a disassembly if I'm brave enough. So that's how, I don't have much space. Let's see if I can kind of show you guys. Let's see if we can focus. Come on. Here, let me move this way here. So this is the hole. And it's blurry as heck. Come on, focus. Alright. So when flipping this knife with a regular balisong, you can cut yourself by grabbing onto the bite handles, what they call it. So this knife's whole thing is that you can't, well, it'll be really hard for you to cut yourself with this particular knife because you're always holding onto what they call the safe handle, which is this handle. So when you're flipping, if you come back this way, you're only going to hit the spine of the blade is going to hit your finger, okay? And then obviously this side, you know, the safe handle is going to hit your other finger. So it's going to be pretty hard for you to cut yourself because your hand is never going to be holding this handle, or, you know, like I said, for your finger to get cut, you'd have to have your hand inside this area here where the blade closes into this safe handle. So it's pretty neat because, like I said, you're not gonna cut yourself with this knife. Well, you can if you're doing something you shouldn't, I don't know, but like I said, it's going to be really hard to. It's still a little stiff, so I put oil in it, but there you go. Just kind of show you a little bit of the flipping that it does. And let me also say, when you lock this knife, you could lock it in the closed position and then hit it and then it won't come out. And then you lock it obviously in the open position. And when it locks in the open position, this thing is super solid. Like it is like zero blade play. When it locks in the open position, it is really, really a nice solid lockup. So, all right, let's go back on the tabletop here. All right, let's see. Let's look at the pocket clip quickly. Let's lock this closed. Now, I love this pocket clip. Let's see if we can get it to zoom, focus. There we go. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the only pocket clip that Spyderco has done that I've ever seen that has the Spyder logo on it, and it's actually laser engraved too, like it is on the blade. So I thought that was pretty neat. And not only that, but it's a deep carry, and they did it right, because most deep carry pocket clips, you still have the hardware kind of sticking out. So this pocket clip is done really good. You see the hardware holding the clip is flush in there, so you don't have any of the screws coming out. Let me see if I could find something else. Like, okay, for example, like this pocket clip on this Rake P801, you could see the hardware going through right there, those two big screws. So, you know, kind of annoying when you see that. But anyway, so they did it really good with this one. I'd like to see that done more often. The hardware, I'm not sure. I think I haven't taken it apart, so I don't know exactly what the size is on those, but nice large, looks like a, I don't know, T12 or something like that, T15 maybe. T8, T10s I think for these, not sure. Bronze washers you can see there. It has, looks like it has 4 washers, one in each space here. Really complicated to put this thing together, the way like the action or whatnot, like seems pretty complicated. But you can see everything's spaced nice and even. You can see the jimping there. It's pretty smooth. Not aggressive at all, really. You can see the jimping there or texturing on the safety latch. That has some really nice grip to it. The liners and all the internal here is stainless steel. It'd be nice if they were titanium, but then it'd be a hell of a lot more expensive. It's got a little weight to it. Like I said, it's what, over 5 ounces. Look at these. This is like Pillar City over here. See if we can get this. Hey, look at that. That's just nuts. You got a bunch of little standoffs here or whatnot. See, let's open this up. Take a better look at these. Come on. All right. So you have on the safe handle, what they would call, you got these relief cuts or lightening cuts, you know, weight reduction holes here. Okay, we got 4 of those. And once again, you got a lot of oil there. I oiled the crap out of it, so let's see. So we got 4 of those here, 4 of the little standoffs. And then let's see here. Okay, so 2 of them can come out, and then these 2 look to be shouldered. The far ones out here seem to be shouldered. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Sorry for the constant blurring here. I'm using the LG V30 phone and that's kind of goofy. And then you have your larger ones here and a pin in the center, which you can't get to until you start taking a knife apart, like the scales off or whatnot. two really large uh, pillars here. And then you could see that there is some weight reduction holes on the scales on the inside of the scales here, or the liners, I'm sorry, the stainless steel liners. You got 3 there and 3 on the bottom as well. You can see that. Yeah, okay. All right, so anyway, like I said, I just wanted to show you guys this particular model. This is, like I said, called the janisong, spyderco janisong, and they had an original, the maker of this, the designer, Michael Janich, or Janik, he, from what I researched, there's another model, the original model is the Black Hawk, and it wasn't a full flat grind, but it looked very similar to this, with this like coffin style handle shape, very similar. I'm not sure if he owned that company or what happened. I'm not too sure, but you can't really find any of those. I think those were the original, the Black Hawk janisong. It was also called a janisong. So he did a collaboration with Spyderco, and they came out with these. So you got some jimping down here and some jimping up here. The fit and finish seems to be really, really nice with this. Look at how it all lines up. The spacing is like perfect on this. Feels real nice in the hand. The ergonomics are really nice. Really no hot spots. The clip is really nice, and I like how it comes back forward. It doesn't just curve up, because then you'd feel a hot spot. But I mean, it feels pretty thick in the hand. Obviously, it's pretty thick knife, as you can see there. It's not skinny by any means, but you got a nice grip on that. Okay. Spider hole, of course. It's just a beautiful finish on that grind there. I love that machine grind that Spyderco does. Now the thickness of this blade is similar to the, let's see, Spidey Chef. I would say it's pretty similar to the Spidey Chef there. Not as thick as the PM2 quite. PM2 is a little thicker. But yeah, overall, like I said, I would love to see this pocket clip on more Spydercos here in the US, or that you can get here in the US, in the States. I love this pocket clip. Even that cool logo, I really like that a lot. Get you another close-up on that. I have never seen that before on a Spyderco. If you guys have here in the US or whatnot, comment below, let me know, because like I said, I haven't seen it. Then you got the black hardware to match the clip, and then all the other hardware is stainless. I mean, this thing is awesome. I love this knife as a collector and just as a cool show-off piece. I don't know if the action makes it any faster than, a regular flipper or a regular Spyderco like PM2, or, the action is a little gimmicky maybe, I don't know. But I think it's super cool, like I said, as a collector's, and just a fidgety knife. You definitely play around with it a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to bring this out to you guys, let you guys know what it's like to see. You got that. I'm at a weird angle here. See, and it won't close this way. This got to come up, and then it will come this way. Like I said, that the way that this works is super interesting. I would love to take it apart and look at it one of these days, but I'm not going to do it today. And the also the lockup, or the button here, when you engage it or disengage it, it's super like positive. Like you can really take some force. And like I said, I use both tabs to do it. Super loud, audible, and like it definitely takes some pressure. I like that. It doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. You know, it's definitely like, feels like it's well made. And it actually has a little bit of spring to it, actually. A little spring. That's that little click you're hearing. There's like a little bit of springiness to it. You could almost push them in like buttons. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I don't know why this knife is not available in the US. I mean, you got Balisongs being made here in the US from other companies other than Benchmade, so I don't really understand why. If you guys do, like I said, please let me know. Spyderco, if you're out there listening, make these available. I'm sure there's quite a few collectors or people that would be interested in this particular model. Yeah, and I really hope Spyderco gets back into the Balisong game. Let's do a quick thickness comparison. PM2. You can see this thing's a monster here. On the left, that's pretty thick. So there's a PM2. I have not put this in my pocket, carried it at all. It's like I said, it's brand new. I've only been flipping it around a little bit. I haven't wanted to scuff up the clip or anything. I might end up trading this off or selling it. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. We'll see if there's something interesting enough. But I do like this a lot, though. I mean, I might end up just keeping it, just because, like I said, I'm sure it's going to go up in value, and this would be a really cool piece to hand down or just, you know, have in a collection. You know, I bet you 5 to 10 years from now, this thing's going to be worth a lot more money than it was when I purchased it. So there is the Spyderco janisong. Sorry, a lot of the flipping is off camera. Let's see if I can. I got to be careful here because there we go. Spyderco janisong. There it is, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Trying to get my subscribers up a little bit. Thanks to all the subscribers that I do currently have. Really appreciate it, guys. And I'll be back with another video. All right, have a good one, guys. Stay safe.